Hello and welcome to the second part of the tutorial. This is where we'll be fetching data from the table and then we'll be displaying that as tooltip in Google Maps. So where we stopped last time was we tried to insert two things. This is something which I newly entered, so I'll just delete that. We entered two things, that is USA and Canada, and then we want to show this inside Google Maps with a tooltip. Right, so we'll refresh the page. Okay, this is so we have two pop-ups, two markers with pop-ups which are fetched from the database. So I'll show you how that is done. So before that, I'll just add one more place. So this is something like um, okay, Colorado, USA. I'll copy and paste this over here, and then I'll place another place like maybe like I'm not sure what that India, and then I'm type in India and I'm gonna submit this. Okay, now I'll open this another page, that is map.php, and this is supposed to display the entire markers. So I have a marker on India and it is giving me India as pop-up. I have a marker at USA, I have a marker at Colorado, USA, also have a marker at Canada. So if you like, if you're adding places like this, so if I just enter this place, say Coimbatore, so Coimbatore, okay, so I'll just enter this place, and even if you enter this place over here, then this is automatically comes over here. So that is what we are going to see in this tutorial. Yeah, so there it is, India, Coimbatore. Okay, so this is also one tutorial that I did earlier. This is nothing but tooltip tutorial that I did earlier. Now here also I'll not be explaining much of the code related to tooltip, but I'll be explaining on how is that we can get the data from database and then display the corresponding data inside tooltip. So basically, if you see over here, the first line of code is MySQL connect statement. The second line of code is MySQL select statement. We select the database, and then here I have said I have written error reporting to be 0 so that no errors or warnings are displayed. Because we don't want unwanted notices to be displayed. So that's it. Now after that, what I've done is I've executed a MySQL query which will select from the table called values. There's nothing but this table over here, where we have inserted different latitude, longitude, and descriptions, and it will select that. If you want, you can put a limit. It's always good to put a limit, and then we are fetching that data using a while statement inside MySQL fetch SOC, and then each row is imported into this variable, which is an array. And what this array basically has, this array, which is $data, is going to be a big array with all the latitude and longitude. So if I try to print our $data, if I try to print our $data, what you can see that this is the huge array with all the latitude and longitude and description that are present inside this table. Okay, so basically what we have is this array, and then we have to loop this array to create tooltip for each. Okay, now if I try to explain these lines of codes, it's quite simple. It's a HTML element that I've started over here. Inside this, the first script that I've included is jQuery, and the second script that I've included is Google Maps API, and then I've created a little bit of style over here. This style is really important because this is how the tooltip is rendered onto the map. So this style is really important for the tooltip. Now I've also given another script over here. The first bit of code over here that you see over here is actually jQuery no conflict. The reason why I have I have written no conflict is that this was not actually written for this tutorial. I have copied the code from one of my project that was actually a Joomla project. So we had both MooTools, which is just like jQuery, which is another JavaScript framework. So there was conflict between jQuery and MooTools. So in order to avoid jQuery MooTools conflict, what we do is we define jQuery no conflict. So hereafter, for all the code that is written beneath this particular no conflict, we won't be using dollar. Instead, we will be using $JQ. Now, the reason for writing no conflict is that say if you want to write, say if you are writing $document.ready, both MooTools as well as jQuery uses dollar. So you know, we will not be specifically saying this dollar is related to jQuery. So in order to specifically say that this is for jQuery, what we define is we say first of all that don't make any conflict. Instead of dollar, we'll be using this particular variable. So that is how we define jQuery no conflict. So first of all, I have defined jQuery no conflict, and then I have written the document.ready function over here, and inside the document.ready function I'm calling initialize function, which is nothing but which initializes Google Maps. And then I have initialized this particular function where I have created a variable over here, sender lat long. Sender lat long is nothing but it is a latitude and longitude that it is a latitude and longitude that is used to sender the map. So I have given some random sender latitude. You can give whatever you want, doesn't matter. Then I'm designing an array. I'm defining an array, and this array will basically hold the type of map I want. So I say I want a map with a zoom level 2 and with the sender which is defined over here. So the map will have a sender with this latitude, and then map type ID is going to be the kind of ID that I want. So if I want Google road map type, so I can say road map. If I want say like satellite view, I can define that over here. Depending upon what kind of map you want, you can set this my option array, and then after creating that my option array, we define or we call Google Maps and tell Google Maps that this is where I want to render my map. That is nothing but map canvas ID. So we say document.getElement by ID map canvas. So this will get the map rendered onto this particular ID, and the type of map is specified in this particular my options. We don't need this thing. So we'll just delete that, and then we from here whatever you see is it's inside a loop, inside a for each loop. So what we do over here is nothing but we are taking the data that is actually created over here, and then we are looping that data and then creating marker and the corresponding functions that are required for showing tooltip inside this for each loop. So over here you can see first thing that I've defined over here is my lat long. So my lat long is basically what the latitude and longitude of each marker. So this variable, instead of giving a value over here, what I have done is I've echoed out a marker lat. I've echoed out this this value, that is marker lat. So marker will have this value will be nothing but the latitude of the first place, and then in the next loop it will have the latitude of the second place, and in the third loop this will have the latitude of the fourth place, and so on. And this is will have the longitude of the place. So likewise in every loop we have a different map my lat long set using this loop. And then this part is actually the tooltip that is actually rendered inside marker. So over here you can see that I have in the content area I have just given another PHP variable. This is going to be a marker of destination, or the one that is present inside a table, that is this one, so this will come over there, and yeah, that's it. And over here you can see that I've defined an image. This is just an image I've taken from one of our developments, one of our sites. So we have just created that, and after that what I've done is, instead of creating marker underscore 1 or marker underscore 2, what I've done is I've taken the ID of the 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 ID over here, and then appended to that to the marker. So in the first loop, this will take marker underscore 11. In the second loop, it will take marker underscore 12 and 14, 15, 16, and so on. So every marker will be corresponding to its ID. So marker underscore, the ID number will be the marker name. So I hope that you got it right. I hope that is clear to you. Okay. Now and I have also created a key called description, and inside that description we give this content string, which we have already defined. And my lat long is again another thing that we have already defined over here. Now the next thing that we need to do is to create event listeners. So event listeners is created over here. Basically what we have is three kinds of event listeners. First event listener is for showing the tooltip. Second event listener is for hiding the tooltip when the mouse out. And the third event listener is for clicking, for clicking, for like when somebody clicks on a marker, it has to go to the corresponding page. So over here, if you look, you don't have you have created the content string, you have created the title also, but you have not created the link. The reason is because we have not given enough, we have not created a column called link. If we had created that, then we could have replaced this part with the link. But for the time being, we'll just get along with this. When you create that, you can actually create another column with a link, and then you can put that over here, just like the one that I've done over here, so that the link will also be dynamic. An image, again, if you want to put an image, you can put another column over here which will hold the image name, and then you can give the corresponding URL over here using PHP. Now once you have done that, you can add event listeners over here, and we are going to append an event listener with marker underscore the ID, marker ID. So this is again going to be a variable. So every time we loop, we attach an event listener to marker underscore 11. So marker underscore 11 will be having an event listener, 12, 14, 15, 16, everything will be having an event listener associated with it. So this event listener is nothing but it will get the description, and it will show it as a tooltip. Now similarly, we have another tooltip which is another event listener which works on mouse out. This will hide the tooltip, and this event listener is nothing but a click one. So when somebody clicks on that, it will get the link and open in a new tab. Now that's all. This is kind of a little bit the code looks a little bit ugly, but the thing is that if you can create tooltip as described in my previous tutorial, then looping this and creating getting values from MySQL database won't be that difficult. So that's it. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Have a great day. Bye.